Greetings everybody, Maximus here. Well, for some reason this week, Wednesday, October 26, was a big Boeing news day. And since Maximus Aviation is the unofficial Boeing news channel on YouTube, it's my job to keep you informed on all things Boeing. And as usual, when it comes to Boeing, there's always some bad news along with the good. So today we have a little of both, and even a Boeing story about sharks. That's next on Maximus. In an earnings call this week, Boeing's chief executive Dave Calhoun said that he was hopeful that it was China's pandemic lockdowns, not current U.S.-China political friction, that is the reason why Chinese airlines still aren't taking delivery of new MAX jets they ordered. But he admits he has no indication that Chinese airlines have plans to begin receiving their new MAXs anytime soon. On Boeing's Wednesday, October 26, third quarter earnings call, Calhoun said, "I haven't gotten a single signal, and I'm surprised that they're not going to take deliveries in the near term." He added, "It's really hard for me to find signals that things are going to change in China and move in our direction anytime soon." Chinese airlines stopped accepting the MAX after the second MAX crash in March of 2019, which led to the plane's grounding. But Western regulators lifted the grounding started in late 2020. Then in December of 2021, China issued an order clearing the MAX to fly once again in their country. But MAX deliveries to China remain frozen. And that halt has left Boeing sitting on a bunch of built but undelivered 737 MAXs, which Boeing has yet to be paid for as well. On the same October 26 call, Boeing Chief Financial Officer Brian West said, "Boeing as of now has 138 MAX jets for Chinese airlines in storage, roughly half of its total 270 MAX inventory in all." West said that Boeing has been consistently adding to that inventory during the grounding. The deliveries have been held up by a few factors, including other cancellations. But West said, "We continue to explore options to remarket some of these airplanes." But CEO Calhoun said he prefers finding a way to get the jets to his Chinese customers. However, the China problem is only one among other factors keeping Boeing from achieving its 737 MAX delivery targets. In January, Boeing anticipated delivering 500 737s this year. Earlier in July, West put the figure in the low 400s. Then again, this past Wednesday, Boeing revised the 2022 delivery estimate down again to 375 due to fewer than expected deliveries so far this year and ongoing supply chain problems. The biggest factors, Calhoun said, is that we are short of engines. West says Boeing now expects to deliver most of the 270 stored MAXs by 2024, with some moving into 2025. The company previously intended to clear most stored MAXs in 2023, with some lagging until 2024. The monthly delivery trend is expected to remain in the low 30s into next year, with 8 to 10 of those coming from Boeing's undelivered inventory. According to the website Flight Global, Boeing does not disclose production rates, but has seemingly been unable to maintain its 31 monthly 737 goal. Also, according to Flight Global, a source within Boeing says the company's 737 wing manufacturing line has been interrupted by work pauses and quality assurance problems that have forced time-consuming rework. The source, who declines to be identified, says the problem stems partly from errors caused by new staff still learning the job. On the earnings call, Calhoun said Boeing has hired 10,000 new workers this year and is working to get them fully trained. "We are at a headcount level," he says, "that we think can handle the rate increases." Also on Wednesday, October 26, in a regulatory finding to the SEC, Boeing said they don't expect their largest and still uncertified MAX 10 to enter service until late 2023, but more realistically in 2024. Boeing says in a filing to the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission that the holdup remains the ongoing FAA certification process. Boeing said, "We are following the lead of the FAA as we work through the certification process and currently expect the 737 MAX 10 to begin FAA certification flight testing in 2022 or 2023 and enter service in 2023 or 2024. The MAX 10 and the family's smallest variant, the MAX 7, have yet to enter commercial service as both are still awaiting certification. Boeing said it expects the MAX 7 to be certified in 2022 or 2023 and enter service sometime in 2023. In the SEC filing, Boeing noted, "With safety as our primary focus, we continue to work to meet all current regulatory requirements to support certification and are also engaged in discussion with stakeholders concerning a possible extension to the Aircraft Certification Safety and Accountability Act December 27, 2022 deadline." We currently have approximately 27 MAX 7s and 3 MAX 10 aircraft in inventory, and approximately 250 MAX 7 and 600 MAX 10 aircraft in backlog. Well, Wednesday, October 26 was also a good Boeing news day as Alaska Airlines announced that it is exercising options to purchase 52 more Boeing 737 MAX aircraft for delivery between 2024 and 2027, growing the airline's confirmed 737 MAX fleet from 94 to 146. Alaska also secured rights for 105 more planes through 2030, ensuring access to sufficient aircraft for fleet replacement and growth. This agreement represents the largest commitment for future aircraft in the airline's history. Alaska Airlines CEO Ben Minicucci said this investment secures aircraft to optimize our growth through the next decade, which we know will be a formidable competitive advantage. We're proud of the strong financial foundation that uniquely positions Alaska to make this commitment to our future, and of the fantastic partnership we share with our hometown aircraft manufacturer at Boeing. Already operating a fleet of 35 737 MAX 9 aircraft, Alaska expects to take delivery of another 43 MAX aircraft between now and the end of 2023, at which point it will once again operate a mainline fleet solely of Boeing aircraft. Alaska Air said the performance of the 737 MAX 9 has exceeded its expectations on economics and fuel efficiency. And finally, the next time you board a Swiss Air Boeing 777, take a minute to rub your hand across the fuselage because your plane may be covered in shark skin. Seriously. This week, a Boeing 777-300ER operated by Swiss International Airlines took off on a passenger flight with AeroShark surface technology. Jointly developed by Lufthansa, Technik, and BASF, AeroShark is an adhesive riblet film that immediately reduces fuel consumption and therefore emissions from any aircraft. The 777's fuselage and engine nacelles of the aircraft were recently fitted with approximately 950 square meters, or over 10,225 square feet of riblet film, which replicates the low-efficient properties of shark skin in order to reduce drag while in flight. Flow simulations have already identified a savings potential of just over 1% for this type of aircraft. The first scheduled flights with the aircraft registered as HBJNH will now serve to validate the savings potential in daily flight operations. Thanks to its special surface structure of microscopic ribs known as riblets, AeroShark reduces the friction resistance of the aircraft's outer skin by just over 1%, according to the calculations in flow simulations. As a result, fuel consumption and CO2 emissions are also reduced by the same order of magnitude. For the Swiss Air Boeing 777-300ER, this would equate to annual savings of around 400 tons of kerosene and more than 1,200 tons of carbon dioxide. The AeroShark modification of the 777 began at the end of August and culminated in several test flights in September. During these flights, it had to be demonstrated in detail that the AeroShark modification had no negative impact on the operational safety and handling of the Boeing 777. As soon as the calculated savings potential has been validated in actual flight operations, the full-scale rollout at the launch customers Swiss and Lufthansa Cargo is planned to begin. Further Boeing 777s will then receive the AeroShark modifications as part of regular maintenance layovers. Both airlines plan to have all their Boeing 777-300ERs and 777 freighters successfully fitted with AeroShark. This would make them the first passenger and cargo airlines in the world to optimize a complete subfleet with this technology. When all of the current 11 Boeing 777s at Lufthansa Cargo and 12 at Swiss have received their AeroShark modification, They will reduce the Lufthansa Group's carbon footprint by more than 25,000 tons annually. Well, there you have it. Now you're all caught up on this week's Boeing news. Hey, if you enjoyed the video, please be sure and give us a like, because believe it or not, that thumbs up is what YouTube uses to tell other people about the video. So the more you like it, the more other people will have a chance to. So how about that shark skin technology? I think I'll wrap my Ferrari with it. If I ever get a Ferrari, that is. But I guess I could always wrap my Nissan in shark skin in the meantime. Speaking of wrapping, that's gonna wrap it up for now. And as always, be sure to tell me what you think and let me know down below. And also don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and ring the bell. And remember, leave the rubber on the runway and your troubles on the ground. And I will see you next time. In the air. Yeah, this is Maximus.